Hi children, welcome back to today's session. We have been discussing grammar topic called gerund. In the previous class, we have seen what is gerund and how it is framed. Okay, with the example, we have seen meaning of the word gerund in the previous class. Okay, and we have also seen definition of the gerund. Once again I would like to you know read out the definition of gerund. A part of verb ending with ing which does the work of noun is called a gerund. Dear students, as I told you, a verb which takes with ing, it becomes gerund, and it is working as noun or subject in the sentence. Okay, that I have told you in the previous class. Okay, in today's class we are going to discuss how to write gerund in the sentence. Where do you come across gerund in the different part of the sentence? Did you get? Okay, let us know the first one. Gerund verb plus noun. Since gerund does the work of noun, it may be used as. It also works as noun. But one more interesting thing is it may be placed in other part of the sentence. It may be in the position of the subject. It may be in the position of object, or it may be between subject and object. So it may be it will be located in any part of the sentence, but only thing you have to aware where is located gerund and how to identify gerund in the sentence. So that is very important. Okay, first one, subject of the verb. A gerund is used in the sentence as subject of the verb. Okay, as we have seen in the previous class, here knitting sweaters, here knitting, the gerund comes in the first part of the sentence, means it is working as subject of the sentence. Okay, that is gerund. And you might have seen in the public places a popular sentence. I would like to remind you here, that is smoking is prohibited. Have you seen? Smoking is prohibited. Here smoking is gerund. It is working as subject of the sentence. It also works as noun of the sentence. Okay, you should not get confused. So like that, it works as subject of the sentence. Okay, for that they have given example here. Crying is not good for health. Here crying comes in the first part of the sentence. Crying, it is gerund. Okay, let us move on to the next rule. Object of a transitive verb. Here it may be placed in the object part of the sentence. As I told you, it may be placed in the object part of the sentence. Okay, when it takes place in the object part of the sentence, it is in the position of transitive verb. What do you mean transitive verb? So that is another session. We are going to discuss about transitive and intransitive verb. Okay, in the upcoming classes we are going to discuss transitive and intransitive. What is transitive and intransitive verb? But here what you have to understand, gerund also comes in the object part of the sentence. Okay, for that they have given example here. I love cooking food. Here cooking is replaced from the subject, it is placed in object part of the sentence. Here cooking is gerund. You should not get confused. Only gerund must be in the, you should not think only gerund must be in the first part of the sentence. Okay, that thing you have to be very careful. You have to understand very well. Okay, let us know the next rule. Complement of an intransitive verb. It is working as complement of the sentence, especially in the form of intransitive verb. What do you mean intransitive verb? That we are going to discuss in the upcoming classes. But here you have to know it may be placed in the complement of the sentence. Here, what I appreciate the most is teaching honestly. Here, teaching is gerund. It is placed in the complement of the sentence. Okay. Next, an object of a preposition. Next rule, the small boy is fond of watering plants. What you have to understand, in some sentences we see gerund comes with preposition. Okay, that is also called gerund. Okay, so these are all the places where gerund appear in the sentences. Okay, here before the gerund, suddenly the prepositions comes with gerund. So that you have to understand. Okay, the small boy is fond of watering plants. Okay, next one. Read the following examples. Writing is an art, a master. Here writing is gerund. Next, writing poems was Rabindranath Tagore's passion. Here writing poems, this is gerund. Okay, in sentence, what is an art? Here they are asking a question to the the question of given questions. What is an art to master? What is an art? Writing is an art. This is the answer. Okay. Next, here writing is a gerund because it does the work of verb as well as a noun. Here writing is working as both noun and verb. Okay. Next, note, a gerund and present participle both are forms of verbs ending in ing. Here gerund and a present participle both are forms of verbs ending in ing. Okay, as I told you, gerund verb which is added with ing, it becomes gerund. Okay, it also consider as participle, present participle also. Okay, that we have to know. Next one, a gerund acts as a noun. Here is a present participle acts as an adjective. As I told you, gerund works as a noun and also it works as an present participle. Okay, so these are the things you have to know about gerund. I hope you have understood today's class. Still, if you have any confusion, you can ask me. Thank you for watching this video. Have a beautiful day.